Hey guys, I'm back. I'm just gonna have to hold my phone and talk to you guys because I had to come outside because inside was just annoying with all the cats and stuff. So maybe this will work now. And you guys can all see me and I can talk to you and it won't be weird because my phone was dying on the last video. But my name is Kelley Smith. I am a graphic designer, marketing coordinator, and I am obsessed with connecting my mind to my body. And I've been doing really like diving deep and doing my health and fitness practice for the past year. Like my whole life, I was one of those chronic jumping back and forth people who I never had that connection. I never had the connection between my mind and my body. They were always like two separate things. Like I had my daily life and my activities and my mind was focused on all of those things. And then I had my body image or how I viewed myself, right? Connecting the two wasn't something I was ever really good at. I always knew I felt better when I worked out or when I did stuff, but it didn't really connect because I thought it was like woo-woo or whatever to really like dive deep with that. Like you hear people who are like in the yoga practice and stuff like that always talk about like the mind-body connection and stuff. So what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is something that I find, this is like why it worked for me. This is like why I was able to finally stop being a chronic quitter. What's up, Sable? Because that was like what I was before, right? Like I would always start working out and I would always start taking better care of myself, and then something in my life would come up and I would stop, or I would just, take a break for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and then I would come back and I have something in my teeth. Sorry, I just ate broccoli. So I mean, like for me, this is what really changed things for me. Like there's like a whole slew of aspects around it, but this was like the thing, connecting, like learning to really connect my mind to my body and understand that I had to take me time in order to do it. So I'm gonna be looking over here, like reading off my notes and stuff that I have propped up over here, but what does it really mean to connect your mind to your body? We all know that our mental health can affect our physical body's response to things in our lives. Why wouldn't the opposite be just as true? Like you're really depressed, right? You're feeling like shit, you're depressed, you're sick, whatever's going on in your brain, like, and it affects your body, right? Like it legitimately affects the chemicals and the way that your body reacts to certain situations. And if your brain, we all know that our mental state, like if we're aggravated with something, it affects our body language. We know that, it's science. There's no refuting it. Why wouldn't we, like, why is it so hard for us as humans to realize that the opposite is true too? The way we treat our bodies and the way that we fuel our bodies and the way that we move our bodies affects our mental state. When you physically move your body in a way that activates it, this connects your muscles and ligaments to your actual movements, right? So like hold on, I'm reading my notes. You're having to think about what you're doing, not just like mindlessly moving through your day, but actually taking the time to think about the movements as an outlet. I'm talking about fitness here. I'm just reading my notes and they're really sporadic. So all right, so I'm gonna like just give you an example for me, like how things happen, right? So I'm one of those people, I get like really chronically depressed or like just like I don't feel like myself. I get really anxious. I don't feel right in my skin. Like it's not like a I hate my body thing. It's just I don't feel like I belong thing in my body. And like I space out and I like let all the things that are going on in my life like continuously affect me. It's like something bad happens and I like go off the deep end for like a week. And for me, the only thing that has like really helped me get past that and get past being that chronic quitter, the person who stops working out, the person who quits taking care of her body, is just fucking doing it. Like for me, it's cardio, like doing some sort of high intensity thing, because it fucking sucks, right? It's not like people are so used to feeling their bodies in a sense of they're just walking around daily, like where your body is mindlessly moving along with you. Like you're walking from the car to the house. You're not thinking about like your muscle movement. You're not thinking about like what you're doing. Like you're conditioned to do that. You're doing, it's not hard. Like, but I want you to think for a second what it feels like when you walk up a flight of stairs. When you have to walk up like this really long flight of stairs, and about like, once you get past like the first floor, you're like, holy shit. Like I'm actually breathing heavily, and you start noticing your body, right? Like whenever you're doing those hard things, or you have to carry your kids around like up a flight of stairs, or like from the car, like across the parking lot, or you're on this hike and your kids won't like chill out, so you have to carry them. You start becoming aware of your body. You start becoming aware of the physical stress that you're starting to put upon yourself. For me, activating that on purpose daily has helped me learn that I need that outlet in order to make the shift into not being a chronic quitter. So I'm having say I don't work out for 3 days. I fucking know it. Like my body knows it, my mind knows it. And I start physically feeling different and like outside of myself. And so I'll go do a really high intensity workout and I'll sweat, and like I get to mindlessly like not think about my life, because I have to concentrate on what I'm doing with my body. I have to physically sweat, and it's sort of like that mental reconnection, like connecting my mind to my body, like where I'm feeling it, and it's like legitimately, it kind of sucks, you know, because you're like, shit, this is hard, and it's not supposed to be easy. You know, like that's the thing. We want all of these things for our bodies and our life, and we want to be stronger for our kids and for our families and for like as we grow older, but we don't want to do anything about it. We don't want to do the hard work. We don't want to do those things. And for me, movement is medicine. Movement is how I heal. Movement is like, if you've ever done yoga, you're like, for me, yoga is kind of like I'm just sitting there like waiting for the spirituality to happen. Like I'm like, this is just really uncomfortable most of the time when I'm trying to do it. But I find that once I make that mental connection and I really turn everything off, and I'm like, I get into a movement that feels okay, and I'm like really comfortable and I can just breathe, then I'm like, it's just that I can just breathe again, you know, like I can just like move and just turn everything off. And I mean, this is not just limited to doing like a 45-minute workout, guys. Like movement is medicine in all aspects of your life. Like getting outside, going and doing something like kayaking, or going for a hike, or just going for a walk outside, like just taking that step to do something outside of what you're normally used to doing. You know what I mean? What you're normally used to moving through whenever you, holy shit, we just went from like 2 people to like 7 people. But you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. Being with your kids, doing physical activities, like noticing when your body starts activating and you're like, and leaning into that instead of just like moving away from it, right? For me, that's what that is, because your body starts releasing cortisol when it starts, like your body is a physical organism. It is going to respond to the things that you do. And your body, like the one thing that I like tell people when I first start working with them and they're like, they can't do it, this and that, it's hard. Like your body is the one thing that is tying your, like that is part of you. Like this up here, your mental self is who you are. And the one thing that ties you to this is this. Why would you not treat them as one and the same? You know, like everything else, if we like want to break it down like scientifically, are just like outside factors that condition and affect your body. Like something that happens, it's like a stimuli and response type of thing. Like you're out in the world and somebody honks. Like here's a perfect example. You're sitting at the red light, right? And you're just mindlessly listening to the music, looking at your nails, picking at them, and all of a sudden you hear this loud ass blaring horn right behind you. That's a stimuli. And the response it immediately has on not only your mind, you don't only hear that, you physically feel it, right? Like you physically feel like that unsettling, like it's one and the same. Your mind and your body are the same thing. And if you can't look at physical exercise and health the same way as you look at all those things, that's how it all comes together. Stimuli response. Like I know like that's my biggest thing. I hate when somebody honks their horn at me. And like it doesn't just affect my mind, it affects my body. I physically feel the tension that happens from that. So when I work out or when I like eat healthy, like the thing is, so many people have been doing the same thing for so long that they no longer recognize what they're doing as wrong, right? As like what's not right for their body, because they're still alive. They're still breathing, they're still moving, they're still walking around, they're still making it through the day, they're still waking up in the morning. That's not the end result, guys. Like that's not, like to me, that's not like the end result of things. You have to think about like, just because you've been doing the same thing for so long and you're still waking up in the morning doesn't mean that the things that you've been doing are what's going to affect you in 10 to 20 years from now. 5 years even. Like I'm 30 years old. Like the changes that I've seen happening in my body over the past 3 years even are insane. Like if I just started taking care of my body the way that I do now 5-10 years ago, I can't even imagine like how much better off I would be, how much physically stronger I'd be, how much happier I would have been by now. Like I wouldn't have had to just wait. And the only thing that's standing between you and that life and feeling that and not being stressed out all the time, like your food plays a big part too, I'll get to that in a second, is you. Like you literally just have to make a decision. And again, that's just the thing in your brain where it's just like you just have to decide. You have to turn off your emotions around it. All of those feelings of I just don't wanna, I don't feel like it. You know, you kind of got to get over that and just like call yourself out on your own bullshit and be like, quit being lazy. Just get up and do something. Feel good in your skin. You know, like it's so easy to do what's comfortable. It's so easy to do what's easy. Like that we don't really take the time to even explore what our lives could be like doing the hard thing for just a little while, because it doesn't stay a hard thing. You know what I mean? It becomes like the more you do, it's just like the more you utilize a muscle, the more that you get muscle memory, the more that you physically work your body and treat it well and eat healthy. It takes you about a good, like, it literally takes your body 30 days of the same routine and the same activity for it to get on board and be like, okay, this is how we are now. Like, in order to develop that habit, so if you do it for a week or two and then quit, like you're never getting to the place where you're taking the habit and making it a part of your life, like a lifestyle, you know? You have to like, and I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to think about your life. I want you to think about how old you are right now. And I want you to ask yourself, why the hell is it 30 days so hard? Why is it so hard for you to do something for 30 days? 30 days isn't shit compared to the rest of your life, guys. Like, and if you can do it for 30 days, and I guarantee you, you're going to notice what it's doing for your life and what it's doing for your body and what it's doing for your mind. And that is what matters, you know, like that is like the end result here. Like, but you just have to get through. That's like whenever, because obviously I'm a health and fitness coach, whenever I sign somebody up, I work with them like the first 21 days, the first 3 weeks. Okay, we've got to do this for 21 days, 3 weeks. And then like usually I try to push them to do it for 30 days, but that's how you create a habit. That's how you create, like, get your mind on board with everything that's going on, because you have to trick this thing up here, guys. Like you've been doing the same thing for so long that you literally have to trick yourself. Like you have to, it's science. Like it just is what it is, you know, like there's no other way to put it. Like you're not just lazy. You have conditioned yourself to be the way that you are. You're not lazy. You just have to reprogram some shit and get on board with it and do it for 30 days so that your body can get on board with it, so that your mind can get on board with it. And for me, movement being medicine, your body and your mind are what connect you to this earth. Like your consciousness, who you are up here, the only thing keeping you here, the only thing keeping you really here is this thing. This big old bag of flesh and bones and this organism, your blood, your heart pumping in your chest, your brain functioning properly. That is the only thing that is keeping you alive. That's the only thing keeping you around for your kids. That's the only thing that's keeping you around for your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or for yourself, for your parents who might need you, for all of those things. This physical thing that you are walking around in, that is the only thing that is connecting your consciousness to this earth. And if you can't treat it with respect, and if you can't treat it with the kind of like fuel it properly and give it the things that is going to be good for it, yes, I understand that we, like a lot of us have been doing the same, like I've already said this, we've been doing the same thing for so long that it feels normal, that it feels okay just because we're waking up again in the morning, when that's not the case. Movement as a form of medicine and like treating your body and nourishing it with like whole healthy things, like is what's going to make you wake up in the morning. There's a difference between just waking up and feeling connected to yourself. There's a big difference, because I spent a lot of time in my life just waking up, and I didn't want to just wake up anymore and accept things for the way that they are. I didn't want to just wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and feel the same old way about the way that I had let myself become or all of these things. I wanted to wake up in the morning and feel alive, and to feel my body and to feel my connection to myself. And like when I put my feet on the ground, I legitimately, you guys, I can legitimately stand up right here, right now, place my feet on the ground and close my eyes and feel my connection to this earth through my body. Through every cell in my body, I can feel the energy inside of me legitimately just radiating. And if you don't know what that feels like, I am so sorry. I really want you to know what that feels like. And it's not some woo-woo bullshit. I'm not a hippie. I may live in Oregon, but I'm not a hippie. I am a badass rock star of a person, and I know it. And only by connecting my mind to my body did I get to a place where I could accept it and love myself wholly. And all of it started by connecting my mind to my body through movement. By showing up every single day, for me, pushing play on a workout and doing 20 minutes of what seemed then like torture, and crying about it. Like literally being like screaming at my television, being like telling Shanti that I hated him and that I couldn't do this anymore. And then like we have these communities of people as coaches that we create for all of our clients and stuff, where we go. And at this point in the beginning, I was still a client, and I would just go in there and I would bitch and complain so much. I would go live and just be crying, but I had this place that I could go do that outside of my current life. You know, I had this community of women who I could go and talk to about everything, so that I didn't have to expect my boyfriend to be the person who was going to tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like I had somebody else who was on the same path as me that I could go do that with. And that's also really important while you're going through this, like not just relying on the people around you in your current relationships to be the ones who are going to just like keep you on the path. You know what I mean? You have to surround yourself. That's another big part of the equation, is surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are on the same path as you and who are invested in giving you the kind of advice that's going to keep you on track, you know? Because the people who you've been in relationships with have been being just as comfortable as you've been being with who you are. So you can't expect them to keep you on that path if you're wanting to go on a new path. Like that's a big thing that I had to get on board with. But so I just really want to encourage you guys to get out and do something today. I know it's a little bit late everywhere else. Like here in like where I live, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's probably 6:30 there. But like wake up in the morning, wake up a couple minutes early for work. And just, even if you just do some stupid Pinterest workout off the internet, I don't care what you do, just move your body. Like you got access, you don't have to be one of our clients and have access to the things that we do, but the world is full of information. There's tons of free shit on the internet. You can get on the internet and find like one of those little, that's what I used to do, is find those little circuit workouts. Like that didn't keep me accountable all the time. So, but I just want you to experience that this week. I want you to experience connecting your mind to your body, whatever you're going through. I want you to take it and I want you to physically think about picking it up, carrying it across the room. I don't care, like your kids have been screaming all morning, going to work, your fucking boss is a bitch. Like, I don't care what it is. I want you to take your boyfriend is being an asshole, whatever it is. I want you to sit there with yourself and I want you to close your eyes and I want you to seriously just breathe for like 5 seconds. And then I want you to take everything that you're feeling, all the shit, I want you to stop thinking about it. And in order to do that, you have to physically like picture yourself taking all of that shit and sitting it on the other side of the room. I always tell my girls, put your excuses on the other side of the room for 30 minutes a day. They're still gonna be there. They're not going anywhere. All of those problems, all of that shit, the crying baby, the bitchy husband, the bitchy boss, all of those things are still gonna be there, but your body and your mind deserves at least 30 minutes of connecting with itself every single day. You deserve that. And the more you do that consistently and make that a habit in your life, the happier you are going to be. And there's a funny thing that happens when you become accountable in one aspect of your life, guys. When you make time for yourself to show up every single day for you, for your mind and for your body, for what actually makes you, you as a human being. When you take time every single day to show up for that and you start seeing the physical and the mental results, you learn something about being accountable. You learn something about yourself. You learn that you're actually in control of your life. And not only are you in control of your life, but you're in control of all of the aspects of your life. You're in control of your relationship. You're in control of how you let other people's actions make you feel. You learn all of those things. And yes, it starts through movement, because when you show up every day and you start seeing physical results and you start feeling mental results and you continue to show up anyways, even when it gets hard, your whole fucking life changes. And I know it's not about, I always tell my girls, it's not about getting a six-pack. In the beginning, yes, a lot of people start because they're not happy with their physical selves, but you learn something through showing up every day and changing your physical self. Your mental self shifts with you, and then your whole life just sort of like raises up and levels up with you. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I've been yabbering for about 25 minutes, and I don't want to keep these videos super long, but I just wanted to come in here and talk about that because that was my topic for the week, and this is something that has changed my life on a whole different level and has allowed me to really connect with myself and become this happy human. Like, I can still be a bitch. Don't get me wrong. I still get sad. I still get angry. Like, all those things, they still happen. But I am a better person. You know, like, I wake up a happy human for the most part, if that makes sense. So you guys, I hope you're having a great day, and it's Monday, and you know, like, let's stop making Mondays out to be like a little asshole, you know, because like Mondays aren't the asshole, guys. Like, your mindset, Monday's just a name of a day that somebody invented somewhere. Like, it's not even a real thing. Like, Mondays aren't even real. I promised you I wasn't like a woo-woo person, but I'm not really. But still, Mondays don't really exist. It's just a day of the week that you have to do certain things. And one of those things should be taking a little time to like connect your mind to your body and feeling good about yourself and feeling good about being alive in this thing, because you have to respect your body, guys. Your body is the only thing that's keeping you here on this earth. It's the only thing keeping you around for your kids. It's the only thing that's just like keeping you around for your life is your body. It's what ties your actual consciousness to this earth. So start treating it with respect. Start respecting yourself. Show up for yourself. Wake up tomorrow morning and do something before work. Like, do a plank. I used to be the person who woke up every morning right before she had to like jump in the fucking shower. Like, I didn't even jump in the shower. I didn't have time to do that. I had time to brush my teeth and put my clothes on and run out the door. Take time to wake up 30, 45 minutes earlier than you normally would. Even if it's just doing there's a video on the internet called 8-Minute Abs on YouTube, just doing that and then getting in the shower before you go to work. I don't care if you don't want to mess your hair up. Put your hair in a fucking bun on top of your head. It's only going to take you like 5 minutes to wake up in the shower. And then get out, sit in your towel, feel fresh, and start your day. I guarantee you, taking time to take care of your physical and mental self will totally revolutionize the way you move through your entire day, guys. So I'm gonna stop talking again. I said I was stopping a while ago, but I am stopping. I want to be a happy human and start showing up for myself. Girl, I got you. Let's chat some more. I'm gonna, if any of you guys, like especially if I invited you to this group, I do goal setting sessions for free through email, and I'm here all day, every day. So I hope you guys have a rad rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later.